So today's topic is transformer conversion tutorial. So let's have a look. So let's get started. So I already have these files over here. First of all, what you need to do is you need this file. So I got this file from site CADNAV. You will find this file too. Also, I will provide the link in the description. So first of all, to do this effect, we have to understand three things. First, I have to hide the object. Second, I have to reveal the object. And third is I need the particles to flow over from this point to this point. So for that, I use a basic simple box first. So and with the help of auto key, just hit auto key and at the 30 frame or something, just drag down like this. So you will see my box is moving. So I already had animated the boxes over here, one for this, and I added a bit noise over here so it look a bit not it remains a bit rough, not linear. Also I animated over here, so as I need to hide and I need to reveal the project, so that's why I need two box and I animated them, as you will see. So let me just hide them first and just start with that. So first of all, I need type flow. Just change the name, I guess, to. So let's start. Just draw type flow and start with that. First of all, I need to hide the whole car. So for that, I use birth object and over there I just add the car. And now what I need is I need to fragment them in the pixels. So for that I use a brick fracture. Let's add a brick fracture. Now what you have to do is you have to change this a bit, around 30 and just zero the offset, and we have this. Let's increase the height also a bit, a bit more, a bit 20, I believe. That's fine. Now I have this brick fracture over here. Let's click over here so it gets fragmented. See, let's hit F4. You see it's fractured the car. And now I also need a surface test. So just add a RFSE surface test. Let's unhide the box. So let's pick this box over here, and at surface distance, let's keep it to distance, change the value to around 15 or something. So that's fine. And also I need a display, so let's put it over here and join it. Drag it a bit. Let's see, is it working? Okay, it's working fine. Let's hide this. But I need a bit randomness, so for that I use a time test for that. So let's have a time test, and we will put that in the between of the event. So let's delete the connection and connect it to over here, and connect it to over here. So you see that it's a bit difference over here. Let's do a bit changes over there. Let's keep it to 8 and change the variation to around 5. Sorry. That's perfect. So we have this, and to disappear this, what you have to do is simply just click over here, and what we have is this. Our car is started disappearing from here. Okay, now what you need is you have to move this particle. So for that I will use something. So some of the effects, first I need a find target, and in find target I will add the object. As you will see, our particles start moving, but it get disappeared. So that's going good. And also I have to change them in a cubes, as we have to pixelate them, so I don't need this type of things, this type of boxes. So for that I will use a shape, and have this shape, just change it to 3D, and in the 3D just pick the cube. Now in the cube I need to add a bit randomness, so for that I will just keep it to scale to around 500, and variation should be 30, and also I need this frequency to around 50, I guess. And let's duplicate this, as we have 50-50 frequency, and just change the shape to around 200 or something. So just go over here and just change the scale only. So let's change it to 300, I guess, and let's see. As I have to increase the particles, so let's change it to around 1000 or something. Also I need a spin, and a spin. Now it's perfect. As you would see, it's getting pixelated, and with the help of time test it get random. So now I need some of the particles to just move from this point to that to the this point. So for that I have to take another event. So for that I will use birth event. So let's keep it over here, just off this event for a while, and over here just start and end to 0, and make the particles to around let's keep for the initial to 6000 or something. We will increase it later. And now I need a position object to emit from the car. So for that let's put a position object, and position object just pick the car. So here we have the particles, and I'll just change it to pixels so you could see the whole car in the pixel form. It's perfect. Also I need the same surface test which I had used over here. So let's simply drag with the help by pressing shift, and we have the copy. And now also I need a time test for that. So let's add a time test. Let's drag it over and change it a bit around. Just keep it like this. It's perfect. So you will see it's changing like this. Perfect. Also, I need this to get attracted when the box gets started over here. So for that, I need also just change this to over here. Started. Also, I have to change this find target now as velocity, and also I need the shape which I used over here. Let's drag it and change this dot to geometry so I could see it as a shape. Now over here I also need another event for that, so it get collide with the plane. So for that I use first of all I need a display, so let's have a display over here. Just connect it over here. Perfect. And now I need this to get twisted. For that I had already created a splines over here like this. So for that I use a path follow. So let's drag a path follow, and in path follow what you have to do is pick the helix and change this to 0.5 around, and attraction velocity should be 1, and also I need spin property should be 1, and just change this spline interruption to around 2000. So you'll see it started moving, but it's not getting attracted to the object or the spline. It's going good, but I need it more perfect, so let's make it more perfect. So for that I will use find target, change its velocity to 50. Let's see. Yeah, it's going good, but at this end I need this particle to get attracted to the object. So for that let's change it to random. Now also at this point to random. I don't need this movement over here, so for that I will use another time event, as I need a bit difference over here, so that I need a time test. So let's drag a time test over here and keep it to around 30 or something, as I need a bit more interval. It's from here to here. So let's also I have to add a collision, as my particle is colliding to the ground, you see over here. So let's add a collision over here in this event. So let's pick the collision. Also I need a spin over here, and a spin over here, and I need it over here. No, perfect. I don't need this collision over here, I need it over here, as my particle is in the middle, as this event is for the particles, for this particle only, to convert them, but this movement should be done over here. So in event 6 I need this. So okay, and now I need collision over here too, but it's working fine now, it's good. Now after that, after we added the path follow, find target and the time test, in this time test, let's keep it to around 70 or something, not 30. And the collision is good. Also I need spin over here too, so let's add a spin. So let's give a bit random movement, so you could see this as this, like this. You could use rotation also over here. So it's, you would see it's going perfect, but I need this to get attracted, not have this type of twist. So just for lock to the object, what I have to do is take another display and over here drag it and change this to control by time, and in this drag it also just put the spin over here. As you will see, let's get directly to this point. So it's not moving apart. Also, at this point, and if I add a time test to around 10 on 3 and take another, as after getting attracted, I need this particle. If you off the this mesh, you will see it's forming the shape, but it's not going away, it's not disappearing. So to make them disappear, I need to scale them down. So for that I need a time test. So I took over here and just change its value to around 30, and at this point I have to add another display. Let's take another display, and over here I just need a scale. So let's add a scale. In scale, what you have to do is you have to change it to relative multiply and just change the scale value to around 95. That's it. We are good to go now. Perfect. If I just change this to around 50, look, more perfect. So let's change it to around 60 or something. I need a twist a bit. Yep. Around 55 or something. That's perfect. So here we go. Let's also activate this event and let's see what we had created till now. Hide the helix splines and change it to clay, and let's see what we have. Here we have this. That's good. This is the only last part. What I need is I have to reveal the object, this transformer object over here, as my transformers get completed. Let's get back to the default shading mode and open the type flow. Let's hide this. Also, I don't need any pixel over here. Let's Perfect. You could play with the values to change the value or change it to give a bit more different look. You could use a different splines. You could add a different velocity or different something unique to make it more creative and more unique. So it's up to you. Change the effect and get see the difference. And the last part is I need also at this part, let's off this also and take a birth object. At this point, I need the transformer. So here we have the object. And now to fragment them, I need a element fracture. As you guys remember, I had already animated the box over here. So if I see it, let's see it start from here. So let's keep it down. At this point, I need to give it fracture is first I need a element fracture, and then I need a face fracture. Perfect. And at the last I need a Voronoi fracture. And Voronoi, just keep it like this. And at the end I need this surface distance. So let's drop it down. And now in the surface distance, let's remove this box and pick this one. And to see the effect, let's add a display node. Let's add it over here and just connect it. So let's off this box. As you can see, it's leaving this part. For that, what you have to do is you have to increase this value in the surface test absolute distance value to 15 to around 20, I guess. Also, to give the bit randomness, I will use the same technique what I had used over here. So just simply add a time test. Just keep it to 0 for a while. Delete the connection. So here we have the effect. So guys, that's it for today. See you in the next tutorial very soon.